Good afternoon. I want to thank you for coming to hear a talk today on Are You Sleepy? The topic is sleep and the importance of healthy, restful sleep. There are 70 million Americans each year who battle with a sleep problem. Not necessarily a disorder, but a problem of some kind. Of that 70 million, 40 million of them do indeed have a sleep disorder. But not very many of them will actually seek medical attention because too many people are unaware that they have a sleep problem. To give you an idea of why this issue is important to me, I am a person who has been diagnosed with sleep apnea. 2 or 3 years ago, my husband mentioned to me that I was snoring excessively and keeping him awake. He didn't understand how I could be sleeping very restfully, so I went for a medical evaluation, and I now wear a wonderful sleep mask. My husband also has sleep apnea due to medical other issues, and so both of us wear these masks in the evening. When my son comes into our bedroom at night, if he happens to do that, he thinks he's walking to a bedroom with aliens. Because this mask has a big hose that comes out the back and connects to another little machine, and we're just quite the comedy pair in the evening. But without that mask, since I've started using it, I do not sleep without it anymore. This has become my lifesaver as far as restful sleep. But this is just one example. If you go online, and I'm using the sleepfoundation.org, and University of Maryland has a good website on sleep, but you'll go on Google and you'll find tons of information. But I'm going to use their 2 websites exclusively today, and they give several suggestions on how we get good sleep. Number 1, the average American needs 7.5 hours of sleep. Very few actually receive that. Some are as little as 5. Others actually need more than 7.5. They need 9 to 10 hours, depending on their personality characteristics. But for the average, 7.5. And how you make sure that you get that rest is, first, avoid naps during the day. That's the number 1 recommendation to have a good night's sleep. Number 2 is to avoid alcohol and caffeine. Later I'll have a handout that tells you about your caffeine consumption. It's actually surprising how quickly we can consume caffeine during the day. Number 4, don't eat or avoid rich and spicy foods 4 to 6 hours before you go to bed. And also avoid exercise right before you go to bed. All 4 of these things keep you awake and your system going. Another important factor for good sleep is your sleeping environment. For me, I like things cool. For my husband, he likes things warm. So my side of the bed has a fan. Blows directly on me. I'm the only one that experiences that light breeze. To him, if he feels that breeze, he's wide awake and complaining about my fan. So we each have different sleeping habits and preferences, but we've learned to compromise and accommodate each other. Another thing is light. I don't know about you, but for me, the light of my neon clock is a major distraction for sleep. I cannot sleep with it. I once said to a doctor friend, I wake up every morning at 2 a.m. He says, how do you know that? I said, look at the clock. He says, put the clock under your bed. He says, you get rid of the clock. When you wake up, you're not going to see anything. You're going to go right back to sleep. And you know, he's right. I haven't put it under my bed, but I put a book on top of it so I can still hear the alarm in the morning. But getting rid of the light has rid me of waking up at 2 o'clock every morning. Another important thing is actually to develop a regular sleep routine. That means you go to bed at the same time, you wake up at the same time, including weekends. For some of us, for me, a nice warm bath before bed is very relaxing. So you determine for yourself what works best for you, and just maintain a regular sleep routine. When in the end, these kind of tips and maybe other recommendations you're using don't work, warm milk will work because it has L-tryptophan in it, like turkey does. It's a sleep enhancer. Also, learning relaxation techniques is a really good way. And lastly, if anything you're using isn't working, go for a medical evaluation like I did and find out if you need the lovely sleep machine. Essentially, sleep is needed to be healthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It's very important. So try these tips. If they don't work, get a medical evaluation. And I thank you for your time.